The date is December 2025. As you watch this video, the vast majority of the crowds outside are wrong. They are wrong because they believe everything is fine. It's not because they are lying, it's simply because they are ignoring the math. You are being told on the news and on social media that everything is under control. Stock markets are breaking records. Spending continues. However, behind the scenes, in the cockpit of the financial system, exactly 14 separate indicators are currently flashing red. These indicators might seem foreign to you, but history knows them very well. These are the same lights that flashed just before the 2008 crisis, the same ones we saw before the dot-com bubble in 2000, and the very same signs that warned the world before the Great Depression of 1929. And they all point to a single result, a single destination. We are not talking about a distant dystopia 10 years from now. We aren't even talking about 5 years from now. The great financial crash will occur within that narrow window between mid-2026 and late 2027. In other words, within the next 12 to 24 months. The mechanisms are already in motion. The gears are turning. There is no central bank, no government policy left that can stop this process. They can only delay it, nothing more. Right now, as you watch this video, you have about 18 months to prepare. 18 months to exit fragile assets. 18 months to clear your debts and lower your leverage ratios. And 18 months to enter the largest wealth transfer since 2008, not as a victim, but as someone who is prepared. This is not speculation. This is not a fear-mongering tale. This is a mathematical inevitability. Why are we so sure? Because right now, the US economy is breathing the last breath of the longest expansion cycle in modern history. The bull market that began in March 2009 has entered its 16th year. Historically, economic expansion cycles last 5 to 7 years. The previous record was in the 90s, and even that ended with the dot-com crash. The current cycle has exceeded that record by more than 50%. Every major crash in history follows the same four-stage pattern. 1. Extreme optimism and inflating asset prices. 2. Warning indicators flashing but being systematically ignored. 3. A trigger event that exposes the fragility. And 4. A cascading collapse driven by forced selling. We are definitely in stage 2. The indicators are screaming, but the authorities are covering their ears. Just as they did in the past. Look at history. 1929. Optimism was at its peak. Markets were soaring. Economist Irving Fisher declared that prices had reached a permanently high plateau. Just 1 month later, the market collapsed. 2000. They said, this time is different. Unprofitable internet companies were valued at billions of dollars. The Nasdaq rose 400% in 5 years. The result? A 78% drop and $5 trillion wiped out. 2008. They made us believe housing prices would never fall. Banks were gambling with 30-to-1 leverage. The result? $11 trillion of wealth vanished. Millions lost their homes. Every single time, the warning signs were there. Agricultural prices, yield curves, excessive debt. They were all there, but no one wanted to look. So what about today? What is the situation in December 2025? Numbers do not lie. Today, the total value of the US stock market is $60 trillion, but the GDP is only $26 trillion. This pushes the famous Buffett indicator to 230%. The historical average should be only 100%. The Shiller price-to-earnings ratio is at 39. The historical average is 17. A market that is more than twice as expensive as it should be. Corporate debt is at $14 trillion. Consumer debt is over $18 trillion. Unemployment is silently rising, savings rates are collapsing, and leading economic indicators have been in decline for 20 consecutive months. The system is over-leveraged, overinflated, and extremely fragile. It is just waiting for a pin to burst the bubble. What I am telling you is not a prediction. It is an arithmetic operation. Valuations are unsustainable. Debts are unpayable. The law of mean reversion will take effect. The crash will begin within 12 to 18 months. We will see the bottom in late 2026. Recovery from the wreckage will begin in 2027. For the unprepared, this will be devastation. For the prepared, it will be a historic opportunity. The difference is not intelligence, it is preparation. The window is closing. You have 18 months to prepare. The decision is yours.